Change Your View of Yourself, author Catherine Kareem, Rohan, Koziak, book summary. Think of what is there, not what is lost, by thinking about what is missing, thinking about delaying, thinking about your power to invest and activate it. An overview of the focus on questions, and on your creativity, an international look around you, and our discussion around you, your citizens, and your knowledge that you have to plan and focus on the advantages and positives. No, with what you have, it keeps you motivated and enthusiastic, so you invest your abilities and talents, and achieve the results you want, so you benefit and benefit. And since empowerment is to study what you want and do what you are good at, so that you innovate and benefit, thinking about what is present and ignoring what is missing is one of the tools and pillars of empowerment to enjoy the advantage of initiative. Initiative means that your behavior is proactive, that you prepare to face any sudden problem or crisis before it occurs. But proactive behavior is not that easy when you have to face the nonstop torrent of daily requirements and pressures. If you are like most people and your actions are all reactions due to the accumulation of stress, such as lack of time in your work, or your family obligations, or your homework, or sudden crises, you will wake up every day thinking that you are carrying on your back a guarantee of burdens and urgent tasks, and that your complete and continuous preoccupation prevents you from accomplishing anything or enjoying anything, and that the days, months, and even years evaporate and do not return. So you ask yourself, how did time pass so quickly? And what did you achieve? And where am I heading? But if you think in terms of what is present, not what is lost, and invest what you have, not what you owe, you will not see life crowded and gloomy in this way. When you change the way you see yourself, you will treat your personal life priorities with the same concern that you give to the demands imposed on you by the circumstances and expectations of others, and you will focus on what you can contribute and what you want to achieve. And what can you do to lead and motivate others? Thinking about what exists helps you navigate the sea of life, the choppy waves of which will act as a beacon that guides you in the darkest times, and your life turns into an interesting adventure and a fun journey that you control, and you determine your own stations or final destination. You will take advantage of life's surprises and coincidences, and take advantage of its most difficult obstacles, in order to make your journey more enjoyable. Value, and your confidence in yourself and in your destination will increase, and in the ways you take to reach your goal, the most prominent imprint of your existence. The first step that you must follow in order to be proactive is to invest your balance of strengths that appear and manifest thanks to the activation of the distinctive features in your personalities, which form your being and your existence. Just as every person in this world carries a unique and unrepeatable handprint, we collectively carry a set of unique skills that inspire, motivate others, and make our performance effective in all circumstances and situations. If you want to unleash your potential, your strengths, and your imprisoned energies, you must know which ones leave a lasting and positive impact and impression on you and everyone around you. Trade a TA with a unique skill set that makes you stand out from the crowd to be the so-called imprint of presence. With this imprint, you will be more confident in yourself and credibility in front of others, and your principles and values will be reflected in your words and actions, and you will make your enthusiasm your passion, meanings, like the rays of the sun in what you say or do. The imprint of your presence is what gives you the ability to lead others, and obtaining outstanding results, and whatever difficulties and challenges lie in your way, this imprint will ensure that you face all difficulties with stability and confidence. Expand your circle of relationships. Total control does not mean that you go on your journey alone. As long as you know where you want to go, others who share your views and principles will love to join you. There will be people you have known for many years, and others that you will encounter during your journey. Know your companions well, as you know yourself, what motivates them, what frustrates them, and what they dream about. and the qualities and advantages they possess, and you will be able to establish strong, deep, and fruitful relationships with them. Always ask them who does not want to lead the way for some time, and what are the side trips that we can embark on whenever you encourage others to sail with you. The trip has become more enjoyable and attractive because you are no longer alone, but have become part of a large group of individuals with similar interests, tendencies, and ideas. You were able to attract others to believe in your cause and expanded and deepened your network of relationships, so raise your capabilities to a higher level, traveling inward instead of being distracted and preoccupied with the circumstances of the outside world and searching in it for what needs modification, reform, and perfection. Take a long, hard look at your inner world, explore beyond your life roles and your daily responsibilities and commitments. Focus on the goals that you want to achieve while looking closely at your hopes and desires, what motivates you, and what arouses your passion, and what you fear, and what you aspire to. Determine the impact that you want with your capabilities and unique talents to make in the world around you, so that you benefit and benefit. Think of these goals as the footprint that only you can leave. Your principles and values will provide you with the ability to defend your cause. Your cause is the goal you were born to achieve, the source from which you draw your enthusiasm and your ideal opportunity to maximize your impact in life other than your view of the meaning of power and influence. Most people are under the illusion that influence means wealth, social status, power, authority, and knowledge and experience. This is nothing more than external sources of influence, how much we control a variety of resources, such as money, land, market shares, and intellectual property. But despite the importance of the balance of external influence, it is not sufficient to achieve the results you aspire to, as there is another source of influence that is no less important, and may even be a necessary and vital condition for your success and mastery of your leadership role, rather than relying entirely and fundamentally on external sources of influence. Dig inside yourself and find what motivates you and encourages you to achieve success, because each of us carries within us a store of energy and enormous influence, waiting for us to take advantage of it. What are your inner sources of influence derived from your being? Who are you on the inside? Not what you have on the outside. What controls this inner influence is the imprint of your existence and the qualities, skills, and abilities you possess. And inclinations, values, and principles. This imprint makes you ready to do whatever it takes to achieve the results you seek when external sources of influence are unable to do so, defending personal values. When you live your life adhering to and defending your beliefs and values, you will be proud and self-confident, and you will ignite a low level of competition between you and others. On their part, they describe you as a force of nature that does not know silence or inactivity, but you must remember that people love clarity. Your voice becomes strong and clear when you defend a cause. People aspire to hope. You will convince them, not woo them with your ideas and promises. When you defend a cause, define your ethical framework so that you can defend your causes and goals with strength and confidence, provided that this framework reflects the values and tendencies that support your beliefs, expresses your point of view, and reveals the things that you really matter. All of this is enough to attract others to follow and support you. So you must write, imagine and talk about your personal goals in a way that boldly and confidently reflects your values and principles. Be wanted and desired in your daily conversations. The word demand is usually associated with power, influence, and coercion, but this word has other connotations in the language of drama and theater. When you say that so-and-so is wanted, it means that he has the acceptance and the ability to steal the minds and hearts of the masses. The required actor has a personal appeal that makes the masses unable to resist his looks, his voice, or his movements, and his message arouses their interest to the extent that they stop following his acting performance and merge with the reality he creates. You can inculcate this theatrical habit in yourself by embodying your message, that is, by expressing it through the movement of your body, twice as much as you consider writing and speaking. They are considered physical movements. Finding within you the fuel that fuels your enthusiasm for what you say. This will support and strengthen your message and multiply your impact. Remember a time when you were attracted to someone talking about his message, or his message coincided with what you believe in the qualities and vocal skills that moved and touched you. What makes his message irresistibly influential? How do you fit these attractive elements into what you say? How do you make your voice more influential and able to express what you believe in? Speak from the heart, savor the taste of the voice, and inhale the fragrance of his call to you. The word rings and soars in the air without ever being discouraged. Change your outlook, meaning, influence, and persuasion. By influence and persuasion, we mean that you can control the minds of others. It is their hearts and their feelings. Our traditional view usually revolves around developing our personal skills in persuasion and influence. We care most about urging others to support us and stand by us. Despite the effectiveness of this method in influencing people, it is not the only one, and often it is not the most effective. Influence and persuasion will only be achieved by forming a strong network of relationships based on commitment and respect between all parties. The influence becomes mutual, and you can balance between your opinions, desires, interests, and inclinations, and between the opinions, desires, interests, and tendencies of others. It is important to be affected as you are affected. Quality, not quantity, is not the number of people you know, but knowing the right people, even if they are a simple few, is what will produce positive effects when you want to join a college or club, or get a job or promotion, or even win a table distinctive in an upscale restaurant. Your good connections with others may help you expand your sphere of influence, but they play a limited role in this. You can think in terms of strengths in order to connect with the right people intimately, deeply, and accurately, because you are honest and friendly. It becomes a two-way influence process with the strengths you share and those you receive in every interaction between you and others, multiplying your level of influence and making it more complicated. Change your view of the meaning of influence and impression. When we think of the words influence and impression, we usually associate them with doing things that satisfy the needs, requirements, and expectations of the people around us in our workplace or residence. We seek to create impressions and influences that would solve problems or eliminate a threat. Or develop our knowledge. Thinking of strengths takes this traditional view. God's footstool, so he shows you how to achieve a balance between what you want to achieve and what the world wants from you to achieve. Each one separately, as you will link your own goals and the cause for which you feel created, which brings you momentum and double benefit and impressive results that you did not expect. If your wind blows, seize it, and if your chance doesn't limit, just advise it. The positive impact is an integral part of the cause that you were created to achieve, and it is manifested when your current actions intersect with the future that you want to mix with, and this impact is of various sizes and images. It may be in the form of a new project, or change the law, or raise children, or reduce the rate of crime or illiteracy, and most of us have many goals, as we gravitate towards achieving more than one goal throughout our lives. Regardless of the number or size of your goals, the style of thinking of the strengths remains the same and does not change. The impact that you seek to make in the outside world must be fueled by your passion and your inner determination. And when the commitments of your outer world overlap with the commitments of your inner world, you will know that your opportunity has come, and that you are ready to seize it, invest it, and benefit from it. The imprint of influence. There are two elements that you must take into account in order to reach the future you deserve and leave the mark through which you achieve positive change in the world. People care about the specific. The influencer footprint requires you to know how to move on from the current reality to the future reality that you wish for, but it is necessary to be clear, precise, and specific about the future you want, and how to make it better than your present when you want to leave traces, making it a positive change that benefits you and others. Determine the change in beliefs, thoughts, and behaviors required of you, and whose lives you intend to influence. This mental comparison between the present and the future moves you and others forward, so you get to your destination faster and with less effort. Enthusiasm to motivate others. The greater the impact you want to make, the more effort must be made on all sides. This effect will run parallel to your enthusiasm and passion for your cause. Enthusiasm is what makes you and others keep going. Whatever the circumstances, it is the fuel that fuels your determination and creativity, ignites the flame of hope, and facilitates adaptation to all situations, most importantly of this and that, as if it is able to spread, like wildfire. Do not keep it to yourself by being a positive team, enthusiastic and motivated from the start. Way to the future. Visualize the goal you aspire to and wish to achieve. This initial visualization will be your first draft of the future. Then ask some important people who are waiting for the impact you will make to help you shape your future vision, make them your advisors, and explain to them why this vision is so important. For you, ask them to ask you at least 3 questions. Why do you want to achieve your vision? Determine the changes required by your desired future, whether these changes are in ideas and beliefs, attitudes, behaviors, procedures, or systems. This is the basic framework for you to start your search for new ways and better days. When you get used to collaborating in a narrow range with others in order to form a strong vision, you raise your ability to achieve results with broad effects other than your view of the future. Regret, planning, and dreaming are among the qualities limited to humans. We divide time into 3, the past, the present, and the future, and these classifications and traditional ones shape our way of thinking according to each time frame. We remember the past, deal with the present, and imagine the future. As important as these dimensions are, they constrain our ability to shape the future. As for thinking about strengths, by making the boundaries clear between the past, present, and future, allowing you to focus on all of them at the same time, and teaching you to form detailed scenarios about the future that you wish had already happened, you will be able to create a past memory and a forward-looking vision at the same time. The narrative effect of these scenarios leads to formation of valuable visions about the future, resurrected prematurely in the present time. Thus, you become the author and producer of your future that you want so that you can live it in the present moment. Partial beginnings mean a great end. Each of us likes to hear a touching story that touches his strings. There are expressions commonly used such as "you are a dramatic person" and "what is your story?" that reflects our tendency to see life through narrative lenses. And narrative, because people are from all different walks of life, they have the ability to understand the life they live by looking at it as a full-fledged story. In order to make the best investment for your future, consider yourself an adventurer or a traveler. Imagine yourself the one and only author who writes the lines of your life. Take advantage of your hidden abilities and refine them, and derive your strength and energy from your network of relationships and the results that resulted from the imprint of your existence. However, visualizing the details of your future as an actual reality requires you to break the limitations of the current situation and the illusions of negative possibilities, and to think outside the box in a creative, new, and different way. Taking into account that you look inside yourself at the same time, you must see your future clearly and feel it, as if you are living it now. You may feel that it is difficult to imagine the details of this future. But you can write your own adventure, using the following strategies from the world's greatest novelists, screenwriters, and filmmakers. First, take a forward-looking look at the future. Envisioning the optimal future you could have helps you craft your story. Do the following. Be passionate. Decide what you believe in, what excites you and your passion. I know the cause that was born. In order to achieve it. What is the fantasy? Curb for restrictions. Get creative by reminding yourself why you want to get to this future. Look at the big picture. Imagine the future you wish for, as if it already happened. Make it a reality. Look at the full context of each situation. Visualize with imagination what happened to you and others whose lives you touched. Taste the taste of the impact you left on them. Write a suitable plot. Reason. The story unfolds in your mind automatically. Be adventurous and imagine your future in vivid detail. Your victories, your defeats, your joys, and your comfort. Gather your team. Imagine the people who will play an important role in your story, including allies, teachers, coaches, enemies, and opponents, each of whom got lost in their appropriate role, and train on a number of different confrontations between you and them, and thank everyone because they are an influential part in your life. Look at each story and read it one at a time. Let the events of the story take shape in your mind, one picture after the other, and always remember that visualizing the future is a creative act that can contribute to actually shaping your reality. Secondly, write the script of your trip. All you need is your imagination, your pen, and some paper. Before the director starts shooting his movie, he must have a script with him. Tells the events of the story. You don't have to worry about the background scenery or the sequence of events. The important thing is that this scenario shows harmony between the visual elements and the narrative pattern. I am the face of the creative process of a set designer, cinematographer, cast, and production operator. Such storytelling is a creative process that provides inspiration and direction, and in its simplest form will help you paint a picture of what you want to happen from start to finish. You can draw a scenario for your future in 3 stages: liberating your latent strengths and assets, expanding your circle of relationships, variables, and influences, maximizing the effects you leave in the lives of others, transforming assets into effects, continuing the positive journey until the end, converting influences into results, i.e. maximizing findings. Perhaps it is time to gather the elements of your story or the fragments of your assets, and the parts join each other so that the fruits of your journey and your human cooking will ripen on the fires and stoves of your quiet strength. Look at the flow of events in all its details, then edit, delete, and add the final touches so that you can enjoy watching the first show. You will see and feel it, and it will be done for you as enthusiasm, and you will find yourself ready to see all the details of your future. It comes to life right before your eyes. You will see the future as it dawns and changes moment by moment, and you will see your cause being realized thanks to the imprint of your presence, your circles of relationships, and your areas of influence with effect.